Yo, what's up? Ready for this triple D? Yeah, dog, I'm ready. Yeah, we're gonna get started, I guess. Yeah, dog, I've been waiting really broskiis. I've been waiting like 2 weeks now for this. So I guess I'll go ahead and get into the spicy Amorphage deck list. Um, you have anything to say about the deck game before we get into it? Are you alright? What's wrong with you, dog? Yeah, dog, triple D. Like, I'm about to get into it. So, this Morphage list, go ahead and start out with Triple Sloth. Um, really the heart and soul of the deck, the easiest floodgate monster to get out. You can zoom in on the cards here. Oh, what's going on? So, like I was saying, triple Morphage Sloth. Should I tell them what it does? Basically, a floodgate. You can't special summon from the extract once it's on the field. Triple care, lechery. I don't know. I will say it. All right. Triple lechery. So basically, for this card, you really want to this is for your skull. You want to use this for the skull. As you'll notice, all of these pendulum skulls are like 3 to 5. So this is not going to be typically a card you're going to be at a pendulum summon if you're running a pure Amorphage build. But this is definitely one you want in scale to you or your player. Neither player can activate spell cards when this is in scale and you control an Amorphage monster. Triple Envy. I hate doing this shit upside down. Triple Envy. I can't see
it. It does suck if you have to like read the
yeah, I know.
actual stuff.
So basically, all the cards, if all the little ones, if they're pendulum summoned, they lock you out of your extra deck except for Morphages. So that's pretty hefty floodgate. The only problem is you always have to pendulum summon the little ones to get that effect, or flip them face up. And then this card's effect, Gluttony, is when you control an Amorphage monster, monsters cannot activate their effects except Amorphage monsters. So pretty nuts. Whoa, what the heck? Wait, no, this is Gluttony's effect. There's 2 Gluttonies, sorry.
Yeah.
Wait, did you? Okay. Oh, there's 2 Gluttonies, 2 Envies. Sorry, I had my cards out of order. So in Gluttony's effect is that, this one, Amorphage, it's the same thing. Envy doesn't let you activate cards over Chain Link 2. So Chain Link 2 or higher, which is pretty interesting. So it keeps the game state super simplified. This is just a really annoying deck to play against, and this is gonna be like your grindier matches. But most people are gonna scoop, or you're gonna outlast them. You're just gonna gain a bunch of advantage in turn 3 and 4. So in a simplified game state, Amorphage Envy is pretty nuts because they summon something, you respond with a Solemn Strike, or they attack battle phase, and you'll see some of the other traps we run here. Simplified game state, when you can't activate, when you basically can't chain anything, it's pretty nuts. To a degree, so this effect is can't use trap cards when it's in the skull. So, and all of them have the special summon pendulum effect. And he's your lower skull. Most people play 3 of all the lower skulls, 3 of all the level 4s, because they're the only ones you can normal summon. But I'm running a slightly different build than what most people do. 2 Pride, he's probably the best level 4, just as a summon, because he's at 1750, and with the spell cards he gets a little bit stronger. So normally he's sitting at 2150 or so. And then this card's effect is, I'm pretty sure this is effect damage. So neither player takes any effect damage, which never comes up, but it's pretty cool. And
honestly, the whole effect damage thing that some cards do, it always feels so stupid. Because it's like, I mean, I'm not trying to sound like an asshole here, but like, who really does that anymore?
Yeah, no one really does that. Unless someone's trying to like,
Unless they're trying to play Dragoon.
cowboy for a game. Yeah. That is something. One of the big boys. He's just the hardest to get out, especially if you're running a pure. He's good in the scale because he's basically like a macrocosmos, and when he's out on the field, I mean, you can hard tribute summon him, but when he's out on the field, you can't special summon cards from the extra deck. So, pretty nuts. One of the ritual card. This card kind of is like not that great, but it's the biggest one, and there's no like. What's crazy about this card, when they printed it, they did not print a ritual spell card for it. That's kind of, I don't know, dog. It's kind of dumb. Like the field spell is like the ritual spell, and then it has to be engraved, and then you have to banish like the cards out of your hand or field for it. It's just a setup. But when he gets on the field, he negates all like fusion, synchro, Xyz. I think those are the three. Yeah, fusion, synchro, Xyz effects. So he's pretty nuts, and he's at 2950. So he's gonna be your biggest beater, especially with all the spells. My Odd Eyes package, I run 3 of the Revolution Dragon. You can use a scale to pendulum summon out all your monsters pretty much, because he's a 12 scale. His scale effect is you can only like pendulum summon dragons, so you're never really going to be summoning him. Also, his monster effect is you can pitch him, pay 500 life points, search any pendulum dragon from your deck. So that's pretty nuts. So you can search whatever you need. You can search a low scale. You can also search Dark Worm, because he's just, I don't know. Can you play a pendulum deck without this?
I mean, I don't think anyone should be playing Pendulum, period. But
Oh, okay. Yeah. But
Pendulum was a childish mechanic. Come on, it needs to get together.
Zombies is a childish mechanic.
It's not a mechanic, that's an archetype.
Goki's a childish mechanic.
It's still another archetype.
Oh, I never learned what archetype was. Yeah, but Darkworm's just crazy because you can pitch this in the grave. You can dump this in the grave, special summon him, go into a link 2. It's just pretty crazy. And then he just nets you advantage off your low scale. So with this 0 scale, you can pendulum summon anything out, essentially. 3 extravagance, because at the end of the day, we're like a stun deck. So if you can't go into your extra deck, it's really not the end of the world. Matter of fact, you really don't need any card in your extra deck. It's just like when you have the opportunity to go into it, you go into it. But other than that, you're gonna be grinding it out. You're gonna have like 2 monsters on the field at a time, 1 monster on the field. So this card's super good. It just helps you dig deeper. 1 Pot of Riches. If you've never seen this card, it's because it's not good, other than like in pendulum decks. So you shuffle 3 of your face-up, 3 of your pendulum cards, draw 2. That definitely comes up, but I was running 2, but I just don't like seeing it like that. And keep in mind,
would you say that it's like feasible that someone should replace that with Pot of Grease?
yeah, and get kicked out of locals like we did last week. No, I'm just kidding, guys. We didn't get kicked out. Kane just couldn't go. 10 out of 10. Fuck that guy.
We didn't get kicked out. We've been banned for life.
Can't get kicked out of your band. This card. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not look up any like Amorphage list. I just found an Amorphage card, like in my bulk, and I was like, oh shit, like this deck looks super annoying. I want to build it, and then this card came out of the this was just reprinted at the new King's Court. So I was reading it and I was like, wow, that'd be pretty nuts. And then I think I saw like I think I played against this deck before and they were using Tides of the Brethren, but it's really good in it because you normal summon level 4. They're all the same type and attribute, so you just special summon 2 other out. And like I said, you don't really care about your special summoning after that. So as long as you get your monsters on the field and you have your scales in place, you're pretty much gonna like lock your opponent out of doing anything. So that's why that's pretty good. 3 of the infection. This gives your monsters a boost of 100 for each Amorphage card. Yes, that's cards, so that includes this card, any other like your pendulum scales, your monsters, 100 for each one. Doesn't seem like a lot, but when your opponent can't special summon monsters from the extra deck, sometimes you're sitting on a level 4 monster deck at 2500, And even going into the extra deck, that card 2500, it's a little problem to get over. I don't know. What do you think, Kane?
I have no.
You don't think? You don't
I don't
think?
have any opinion on this.
But also, when a card's like destroyed, one of your Amorphage cards, you can search an Amorphage card. So that's you're gonna want 3 of those. I try to run it lower, but every time I run it lower, it seems like you always want it. 3 of the field spell card. I mean, 2. Yeah, basically 3 of the field spell card. This is basically like a pot of greed every turn, especially when you establish your skells and your monsters on field, because you have to tribute your monsters on standby phase. And then when your cards are tributed up to twice per turn, you can draw a card. And this gives your cards a 300 attack boost. Yeah, a 300 attack boost. So it makes your cards a little bit bigger. It gives you draw 2, and then when this card's in the graveyard, you can banish for your ritual card. That's what I mean. This deck doesn't have a trashy ritual card, but I even thought about cutting the ritual monster. But this card's really good, and I mean sometimes it comes up. And terraforming, because sometimes you'd rather draw a terraforming than draw like multiple of these. You know, 1 of spell, 1 dragon shrine. Just jump your dark room. Super easy, super standard. Some cards that just make Yu-Gi-Oh a little bit funnier. Storming Mirror Force. Ken used to love this card.
I like any like Mirror Force card.
Yeah.
Because all of them are just like, I don't like to play like an asshole, but like Mirror Force like has such a specific way of being an asshole.
Yeah, it's just, I just love trap cards, and it seems like now like the game's slowing down a little bit, or maybe it's not slowing down. Maybe players are just getting a little bit better, and like they realize, you know, like a patiently like or well-timed solemn strike can just like win you a game, like on the back. It's back.
The Drowning Mirror Force can win you a game.
Yeah, well, Storm Mirror Force. You know, sometimes you bait out all their negates and then they go battle phase. I mean, you really can't do anything, and it seems like super like janky, but like we've said in previous videos, you know, we never claimed to be good at this game, but this card will definitely win you something. I'm telling you, and you can always side it out, like if it's not your preference. But like we play decks, except Kane right now. He's just playing some degenerate like list we've made that's on the way. But yeah, if we play really patiently, like really methodical, so we can like afford to play these stun decks, and you know sometimes you get blown out game 1, but if you can be patient with this deck, you can win a bunch of matches with it. That's all I gotta say about that. Extra deck, like I said, it doesn't really matter, but Hermetic Spheres, Heavenly Spheres, just generic for dragons. Also, you can tribute this card, like bounce a card your opponent controls, and special summon a card from your deck. So you can lock them out of the extra deck that way by special summoning your Goliath and just having access to it in your face-up extra deck. 2 of these, because they're both 2 generic Dragon League monsters. I thought about adding Ravine in just because he's in here, but I don't know, something to look forward to. Locals is tomorrow, so I don't know if I'm playing this deck tomorrow or if I'm taking Mutant or what's the other one? Triple D. Yeah, one of these, because all your dragons are Earth, basically. So it gives them a nice little 500 boost. 1 Phoenix, 1 Unicorn, just because they're super generic. And we don't really care about the extra like that. 1 Utopia Lightning, 1 Utopia, obviously. 1 Tornado Dragon, 2 Tornado Dragons, 1 Heartland Draco. He's also Earth, which is funny, so, and he can attack directly. That's also hilarious. So these games are usually going to take the whole 40 minutes. Your whole match is going to be like in game 2. So sometimes like you can just slap this on the field, attack them directly, and then sit behind 2 trap cards, and it's pretty much game. 1 Baguska, just because he's also on Earth, which is funny. 1 Exciton Knight. These are just really all good generic level 4s. 1 of the Dugaris. You usually use this to like draw 2, essentially. So that's it for this one. This is Amorphage list. Haven't decided yet if I'm taking this one or what did you want me to take?
Huh?
What deck did you want me to take tomorrow?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Alright, so I haven't decided, but we'll update you. We'll let you know. Also, Triple T deck list coming soon. The hold up with that is, I guess, because I'm not that great. And I also don't want to put out something that's been done. Because I think there was a guy that just topped pretty high actually with it. So why would I put something out that and not add anything to it, right? So when I put out a list, I want it to be like as busted as possible. So stay tuned for that. It's on the way. We're still brewing. Anything to say, Cam?
No, it's all good.
Yo, why are you hurt right now? That's it for this one. Follow us on Instagram, leave us a like, consider subscribing. Thanks for 300. I guess that's it.